So hey guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel with the next Battle Cats Evolution series episode. So in the last video, we took a look at the Mr. Cat, and today we're going to be taking the suggestion from this guy, because apparently I can't even pronounce that name. It's not even in the language that I speak, so I really do apologize if I can't even say your name. But this guy wanted us to do the good old Kung Fu Cat, probably one of my more favorite cats out of the entire bunch of cats that I currently have right now. Only because it's probably one of the best cats in terms of its stats. In terms of the looks, it's also pretty nice to, I guess, appreciate how it looks like, but it's the stats that are really impressive. But there are a couple of bad things about it, but I think there's more good things to talk about this guy versus the bad things. But anyways, we'll get into that once we actually send this guy into freaking battle. So, mid-range attack specialist, area attack, can fight off multiple enemies at once. So this is pretty much what everyone wants to see, or everyone wants to have in their battle cats. You want to have someone who has decent range, someone who can do a decent amount of damage, and someone who can also do area attack damage. So, you know, there's only a handful of cats that can have those particular qualities, but this cat also has a couple of other, bonuses that are pretty nice, that just adds to the, amazement of actually using this cat in battle. So, just like always, we're gonna go to the challenge right here, and some people are saying that, more and more people are saying that I should cut it out, but honestly, I feel like it just kind of adds to the flow of the video, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't know, maybe at some point I'll actually cut it if I want to. But anyways, one of the instant, cons I can say for this thing right away is that it actually is a little bit expensive. Now, it might only cost 1,500 here because we're just doing the challenge areas, but later in the game this guy can cost, I think, 2,000 or 2,500 or somewhere around that. I don't know. Look, I know that this guy is really expensive once you get into later stages, so that's just one immediate con that I see. And the next con that you probably, well, you guys can't see it because obviously I'm gonna have the little description of the stats on the bottom. But this guy also has quite a bit of a recharge time to actually send out the next guy, so you can't necessarily spam a bunch of these guys. You can only spam one every couple of I don't know, millimeters of yards or something. But yeah, you can see that there's one of the qualities right there. It's able to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Look at that one shot, and it did maybe 19k to the enemy base. That's ridiculous. And this is the first form too. We haven't even looked at the second form yet, and it already does that much damage. But look at that. Can take out a redhead in challenge mode with a single hit. It's really ridiculous how freaking strong this guy is. Look at that. He's just a and it just annihilates that entire horde of the butterflies, the kangaroos, and everything else in between that. It's just so incredible. It's always usually really fascinating to watch this guy right here. But I know for sure that this guy is supposed to be a direct reference to Bruce Lee, right. I was thinking of Jackie Chan for some reason, but no, Jackie Chan has nothing on Bruce Lee, just in terms of the fighting skills, let's be real here. But yeah, obviously they couldn't have colored the outfit right here, because otherwise they would have gotten a copyright strike or something. But yeah, he's wearing the same jumpsuit that the Bruce Lee guy wore in the, much older movies and some of the newer ones as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool if you actually just look at the graphical sort of style of this guy. He literally just kind of jumps up and down, and then he releases that epic punch right there. Oh yeah, that's another con at the same time. See, I'm noticing these cons and pros as we're going along through this, but his attack animation is a little bit slow, so it's not like he can just continuously fire the punches as much as he can. So obviously, if you're dealing with enemies that are spawning, a very consistent line of enemies, then yes, the Kung Fu Cat's going to have a little bit of problems actually dealing with them. But other than that, he has a lot of HP, really powerful attack, area damage. It's just amazing. This guy is probably the equivalent of he's the offensive version of the Titan Cat, if I had to say like that. I know he doesn't have as much HP, obviously, but he's it feels like he's super tanky, and he just does so much damage, so it's pretty ridiculous if I'm able to compare it to something like a Titan Cat. Anyways, that's the first form, the Kung Fu Cat. Now let's go on to the next form, so Drunken Master Cat. This one's pretty cool. Adopted Drunken Fist style, or just on a bender. Area attack. So this is supposed to be a direct reference to Rock Lee, actually, from the Naruto series. I don't know if it was in the first Naruto series or if it's in the Naruto Shippuden, I forget. But basically there's one episode with Rock Lee when he's fighting this guy, this bone dude, where Lee made himself drunk in order to actually fight the guy, because in his drunken state he was able to block attacks as well as do some crazy attack combos a lot better. But yeah, basically, it's the exact same thing, except now the Kung Fu Cat is literally drinking, I forget what it's called in Japanese, but he's drinking like some sort of a wine beverage as he's walking along. It looks like he's walking a lot slower, but he actually is not. Actually, let me confirm this real quick before I just start saying a bunch of stuff and it's actually inaccurate. So if I look here at the actual stats, where's the speed? Tell me the speed. Oh no, we're almost there. Okay, movement speed. No. Okay, so it's the same movement speed. So it looks like he's walking a lot slower, but believe me, he's actually walking at the exact same speed as he was before. Because before he's just jumping up and down, and now he's just walking kind of a little bit slowly. And the attack animation, it also looks like it's a little bit slower, but well, let me just verify this again, because I want to make sure that I got the, the most accurate of information right here before I just start blabbering on again. So attack animation, oh, actually, this is surprising. Never mind. Okay, so according to the stats, his attack animation does take longer. Actually, I thought that it didn't, though. Okay, well, I guess it takes like a couple more milliseconds longer than the first one did. You're gonna see in the stats anyways, but I don't know, I feel like it doesn't take that much longer. Anyways, the fist attack that he does changes a little bit, so he kind of tosses his one in the air, and then just kind of is like, wah! Into the enemy and just like murders them all. So he's still as epic as he was before. But other than that, HP, attack, area attack, all the main stats are essentially the same. The only thing that really changes is his looks, and I guess the reference that he used to be. Whoops, that is the phone ringing right there. I should probably answer that. Alright, so now that the phone has been answered, and we've already pretty much talked about everything that we could for the Drunken Master Cat, now let's move on to the really good cat. Like, this is this cat, the next cat right here, the true form cat of the Kung Fu Cat, if I can even speak. I can't even like iterate my words right now because I'm so excited to talk about the next cat right here, the final cat. So the next cat right here, which is the true form of the Kung Fu Cat, is the Dancer Cat. And everything about this cat is just so freaking amazing, from the stats to the actual animations to the way that he even moves in battle is just so freaking amazing. But his description is just as good as well. A legendary dancer who infuses his strikes with a fiery passion, so shy that he mastered walking backwards to avoid eye contact area. So yeah, it's a pretty good description, if you must say, for something as crazy as this. It's literally called this thing legendary. Like, you don't, even for most Uber cats that you get in the game, most of them don't even say that they're legendary at all. And to say that this cat, which is part of the special cats that you can get early in the game, that it's freaking legendary, is quite a lot to say. Like, I'm really, shocked that Ponus would even put that as a description. But it makes sense for this, because look at this. Look how he moves. He's literally moonwalking backwards. And hopefully you understand like who this guy's supposed to be a direct reference to. Michael Jackson, in case you didn't know. But the famous dancer that died a while ago. Anyways, just look at that. Moonwalking to freaking victory, and he's even like doing it consistently, so there's no like tripping or flumps or anything like that. He's just doing it very, very well. And then look at that attack animation, a freaking backspin, or just a freaking horizontal spin technically, and then just kind of just like wah, just kind of points at them, and it's like the magic finger that just like annihilates the enemies. They're just like, oh, I've been hit, and then they just like disintegrate into a million pieces. But look, just watch the damage right here too. Well, actually, never mind. Okay, so the damage is still the same. I forgot that it's only noticeable if you're leveling up the cat, like, because my cat's already level 30, so it's not like a big difference. It already reaches maximum potential. But anyways, aside from all that stuff, like, it's just so freaking cool. And another cool thing, actually, I just thought of this too. Sorry, I keep like jumping from conversations like from one idea to another. But this guy has increased attack damage, or so I thought, but I realized that his level was already maxed. But he also has slightly increased range, so he almost has just as much range as like a freaking the gross cat, which goes to the sexy legs cat, and then goes to the what's it called? Like, basically it's just the true form of the gross cat, which is like overly muscular and all that stuff. So basically this cat almost has, oh, I love how the phone is ringing again. So now that the phone has been answered a second time, it's actually my fault that keeps calling. He likes to call the house a lot, sometimes a little bit too much, so I'm not really sure why he does that. But anyways, so I actually lost my train of thought right now too. I don't even know what I was talking about before. Oh, that makes me so sad. But in case I didn't say it already, this guy is supposed to be a reference to Michael Jackson, which is pretty cool because I don't think there's many dancing cats in this game other than like the hip-hop cat or whatever it's called. I also have that cat as well, but I didn't Didn't show it in this video. We can show it in another video at some point. But anyways, yeah, this cat is just one of my favorite. Oh yeah, I remember now. Sorry. I was about to conclude things because I thought that we were at the end. But I remember what I was trying to say before I was interrupted. So this cat has almost just as much range as a freaking, gross cat, which means that if you put a bunch of spammer cats or wall cats or whatever, meat shields in front of this guy, then you can pretty much have him like mowing down the enemies really, really well. He's not going to mow down enemies because in this case you can see that he's kind of struggling with these really weak enemies right here, but this guy is probably one of the most powerful supports in terms of range for your cat army that you could possibly have for the entire game. Let me just laser these guys because this guy's really having a lot of trouble. But yeah, like, people say that Paris cats, saloon cats, cats like, similar to the gross cat with air attack damage are really good supports. But I kid you not, this is probably the strongest support that you'll ever find in the game as of right now, that you can easily somewhat obtain. Like, I know it's really expensive in terms of the cat food, which is what kind of turns people down from actually getting the cat, but trust me, it is worth every single cat can that you can possibly save up for this cat. Because if you get this cat into its true form, and you use it in your actual, like, main Battle Cats composition team, because you can't use the cat for every single scenario, of course, that works for any cat, but if you use him for your main team, I guarantee you're not going to regret that decision at all. But yeah, I don't know, just like this cat is just so freaking good. He's actually part of my main team too, if I didn't mention that already. Well, it's kind of obvious because I said that you should add to your main team. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I got for this cat. So just to reiterate, he has really good HP, freaking powerful attack, area damage, a bit of range, not as much as it's a good enough range that he can be protected. But he has slow attack, slow recharge time, and quite expensive to actually summon in battle, plus he's expensive to actually buy outright. But still, I think if you can get over the cons and just look at the pros, then yes, this cat is ridiculously powerful. So yes, I do recommend this, like 5,000 thumbs up, go for it and get it. The true form battle might be a bit of a challenge though, but you should have a good time. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Battle Cats Evolutions videos in the future. Also, thanks to the guy who suggested us to look at the Kung Fu Cat. And of course, if you have any other suggestions for cats that you want to see in the future, and also good news, actually, I guess I should bring up now in case you're wondering, I now have every single true form of all the special cats that you can get in the game. So in case you want to see a very specific special cat, I actually can show you them with little to no trouble. Because before I said that I couldn't because, for example, like this guy right here specifically, I didn't have his true form for a while because I was waiting for the event because I missed it. But now I have it, and then there is the other cats. What were they? I think they were like the, yeah, there was these particular cats that I didn't have their true forms for a while, but now I have them as well. So yeah, I pretty much have these forms as well. So if you want to see more of these guys, then just let me know, and you'll be featured in the next episode. Anyways, sorry for the longer outro, but that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Woo!